Hi everybody, and welcome back to our last video on the course syllabus and the actual course in Canvas. Okay, so once you get into Canvas, you will have this home page. And I will start by showing you how to navigate through the course. And here, if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see that I have these convenient buttons that I've published to make it very easy for you to go from module to module to module. That's the best way to navigate this course. So here is a modules link here, and it will take you to, I'll go there just for fun. I'll say, there we go. And that takes you to the first module here, which is course information. But if I go back to home, I can do the same thing by clicking on this button here. So let's do that real quickly. And here we are. So I give you a little welcome aboard message, and you're welcome to read that. I'll bring it up real quickly just to show you what's there. And here's a little guy cranking away. And here it tells you how to start the course. And certainly you're welcome to preview the course and even get started on it a little early if you like. But again, I have my Saturday morning tutoring sessions indicated here, and it just gives you a little overview of just getting ready for intermediate accounting. So I find it's easiest just to go back home and go to the course information module that way. So here is the organization videos. Obviously you found those or you wouldn't be viewing my videos here. But Wiley prepares these videos, as I mentioned in the syllabus, to get you started on how to use Wiley Plus, which is probably new to most of you. And then here's my introduction and biography, which is the same one that's in the syllabus. And then I have some basics from Accounting 101 or Accounting 1A if you took it at another community college. And here it shows you basically how to do debits and credits and reviews accruals and that kind of thing. And away you go. These little wrap-up items are pretty easy to understand. It just says, hey, you finished the video, and then this next button takes you to the next module. And the next module in this case is going to be the resources module. And so here it is, college resources and information. And here's some general information. Communications plan, I think I covered that pretty well in the syllabus. DSPS information, netiquette rules. I won't go through these. They're pretty boilerplatey, if you want to call it that. And also, I have some training workshops if you want to work on your online skills and et cetera, how to customize your Canvas settings if you want to do that. Here's some student services that are available if you want to get a little bit of orientation to online, where you might get a loaner computer at the school, tech support, tutoring assistance, student services, or whatever. And then here are some other just general policies that are provided by the university. You're welcome to look at any of those, and away you go. And then there's also a third party called NetTutor. They do tutoring as well. I do give you some extra credit for that. You get a half a point for every half hour you spend with them as opposed to a full point for every hour you get with me. But it's available. It's the university or the college subscribes to that, but they are not Santa Ana College people. And I've had some good reviews from the tutoring that they received. So if I go into Module 1 here, here's our first two assignments. And you just click on this and click on that and do the assignment and earn those points. These are pretty easy if you've been paying attention. For each of the chapters, I have these instructional videos. I'll open this just so you see it. And here they are for chapter 1. There's 3 of them. Usually they're about 15 minutes each, and they cover the highlights of chapter 1. Again, I think you want to read the chapter, but doing this first, I think, gives you a good overview of the chapter, and I think will facilitate your understanding of the course material. So if I go back to Module 1 here using my little buttons, and you'll see that I have a PowerPoint, the one that for the chapter. It's the one that I use here in the instructional videos, so you'll have that available. And then here's our adaptive learning assignments for chapter 0, and then chapter 1, adaptive learning, and finally the exercises for chapter 1 and the IFRS exercises. So then we move on to chapter 2. So what you do is you work right down these modules, and these due dates are consistent with what you found in the course assignments by due date in the syllabus. So we go all the way down. There's 18 of these. Here's our first examination, and it comes in on March 9th. And I think you'll find that it's very easy to navigate this course that way. So if I go home, again, I mentioned here there's Wiley course resources available. I'll let you click on that at your own discretion. Here's the Zoom links here. So if I click on that for a second, you'll see all my tutoring Zooms lined up here for each Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. So those are all set up for the course. And then probably the next best thing is to go through these announcements. On the home page, the 3 most recent announcements are shown. And here's getting ready for Accounting 205, why you may want to attend my tutoring sessions. And a lot of students really benefit by having access to all my videos. I made about 500 of the little beauties. And so for this course, the 101, the 102, the 205, the 206, and some other course information as well. All of those are available to you if you're studying for the CPA test after this course is over, or even after the 206 course is over. That's all available to you. All you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube account, and I show you how to do that here. So you get that. I'll just bring it up real quickly. So those are ones I haven't published yet, but here are those announcements. There's one more here. This shows you how to attend my Saturday morning tutoring sessions, which I think you'll find is pretty easy. You just click on this Tech Connect Zoom link and away you go. Okay, so here's the syllabus. We've gone through that, but I put it here just so you have it available, and you can make a copy of that if you like, or any page from that syllabus if you like, and away you go. You also have a grade book here that you can use. I leave the Office 365 information available. Here's NetTutor and the Pope Tech accessibility. We want all our courses to be accessible as much as possible to people with disabilities. So hopefully you'll find this course to be that way as well. Okay. I think that's a nice overview as to how the course is laid out and how to navigate through it. I hope you'll find this information here in modules very easy. Again, just sequentially go through those modules until you finish the course. Just that easy. Okay, so again, some Canvas information and a little advertisement to participate via tutoring, and away you go. And just like um, um, 101 was, a lot of this is not necessarily that difficult, but it's unfamiliar. And just like with 101, you need to repetitively go through it a little bit till you really got it down. All right. Well, that's my overview of the course. And again, don't hesitate to call me. You'll find my information very easily in the syllabus, and also you'll find it here in the course as well. Okay, until we meet again, hopefully in our tutoring sessions, but if not, I want to have a great course. I want you to learn lots of things that will be helpful, and we'll go from there. Until that time, bye for now.